I got this song stuck in my head. Oh, it's Alicia Keys. What is it? I used to light a fire on a rainy night. Something like that. Oh, I can't remember. Used to miss you, but I'm glad that you're gone. That song. Now, I don't know why I'm singing that one, but hey, it's in my head. Now, so Leo, you're hitting a spot of excitement. This is the Ace of Wands. This is very, very, very good. I really like this energy because this is talking about new projects, a new burst of passion, and a new sense of drive. I think things are kind of really, really picking up in a sense of energy, because I think, honestly, one, this is Aries season, so things are definitely clicking here, but also really looking at this Ace of Wands and being like, oh shoot, okay, things are moving in the right direction in regards to moving ahead. And look at that, underneath that, you guys have the Six of Swords. It's an exciting path towards a different direction. So Six of Swords, Ace of Wands, you guys are making a new journey. This new journey that you guys have taken, this transition that was necessary. Either you guys moving literally, or you guys are, moving from one place of your life to the next to kind of begin the prosperity. It's proving to be very exciting. It started something very new and very exciting, and it brought out a lot of creative opportunities for you guys. Now, for your current state of being, you guys have the Six of Cups. So a lot of you guys are in the past right now. There's a lot of nostalgia here. I feel like there's a lot of you guys that are connecting back with your partners. Either if it's not connecting back with old partners or a past life relationship, in this current life, this is a past life relationship in another life, okay? But this is really talking about a soulmate connection. This is also about remembering. This is about nostalgia. So there's a lot of nostalgic energy going on here. And it can be very inspirational in a sense. That's why the Ace of Wands is there, right? Inspiration, enthusiasm, excitement, creativity. What you guys want to be, though, is strength. You guys really want to feel that passion kind of go through you in a sense of like primal energy. I feel like, honestly, all right, so far you have the Ace of Wands and the Strength card. Immediately I'm like, okay, y'all are really feeling very frisky, but I don't really know if that's necessarily the case, right? I feel like, yes, that really connecting with somebody energy can really bring about a lot of sexual energy that can come up, but I don't necessarily think that's 100%. I feel like you guys want to find your confidence and really feel very confident in taking the steps and going back in a relationship with this person. I think you see the potential for something new and exciting here to be worked through. Okay, and I feel like, honestly, that is what you guys want. You guys want to feel very confident in where you guys are headed with this relationship from the past, or with this person that you feel very familiar connections to, or maybe even in your current state of being, you really want to find what was missing, or find the innocence, the innocent love, the innocent creative energy from within yourself to recreate the confidence in this present moment, right, in the present time. But the thing what's keeping you from getting to this confidence is the King of Swords, and has a lot to do with the Tower. Now, it's very interesting. Cancer had something very similar to this, and the kings are fixed signs. So I was thinking this was definitely you, or an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Leo, I feel like right now you don't trust yourself, because if you want to get to a place in your life where you do trust yourself, you do have a lot of confidence, where you do feel like you can overcome any difficult situation, and you can really get yourself through to the other side, right? Complete your creative venture, to kind of go off on any adventure and be okay, and knowing that you'll survive it and be just fine. It's going to require you to have trust in yourself. Right now, you do not have trust. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust the relationship. You have, or you may be so tight right now in regards to what that you're not willing to flex, not willing to be flexible. But again, that's still trust, right? You don't trust yourself to be able to gain new information, gain a new perspective, to have that new perspective, and being able to work with it. And it has a lot to do with something that happened unexpectedly. This lack of trust in yourself has a lot to do with something that happened completely unexpectedly, something that just kind of happened out of, just out of the blue. And I can't clarify this card because, again, this is a general reading and I can't really clarify the tower for everybody, right? Because everybody has their own version of what the tower is. But you lack some trust in yourself because something just happened out of the blue. Now, your crowning energy or your advice card here is the Four of Pentacles. So it's time to really step out of that box. Right now, what you're doing is holding on to things that make you feel safe. And has a lot to do with things in the past, things that meant something to you in the past, that really showed prosperity in the past. But have they shown prosperity so far that they have gotten you to a place where you can, see the future? Well, that's not the Strength card, right? This is looking back. This is holding on to something. This is looking back at the past, right? Remembering the good times. If you're holding on to something that reminds you of the good times, is it really going to bring you to where you need to be, right? You've already went through the Six of Swords situation when you had to let go of something or leave behind a place, or leave behind the place that you are very familiar with, very comfortable with, to kind of put yourself at risk to find that new place and begin something new and prosper from there. It's a new adventure, new beginning. But this is all, I feel like now that I'm seeing this, the Four of Pentacles, it's like this is all about that transition, making the moves to find that ground, to make fresh pavement and really begin to prosper from there, really to find the new world, to expand and to be, to do what you want. And without the baggage behind you, right? Everybody's gonna have baggage, right? But it's all about what you do with that baggage that's going to, dictate what you're going to manifest. So right now, it looks like you're just holding on to things that make you feel comfortable. And as a fixed sign, I completely understand, right? This is what makes you stable. This is what makes you feel secure and makes you feel grounded. But right now, is it really grounding you? It is grounding you, but is it something that is going to get you to anywhere new, anywhere special, anywhere that can really shine the new you, right? No, it's not. Because the four of Pentacles is really indicating that, that you're kind of holding on to old things, old patterns, just kind of holding on to, the hard way that you put in something that is no longer really showing prosperity. It's really kind of holding you back and holding you down. It's an anchor. So as I feel like it's because you don't trust that you can get something better than what you've worked so hard for. But it requires risk, right? It requires you to trust yourself, to know that you can get something better and bigger. And it may put you out there in a place of vulnerability where you feel like you're definitely lacking in what you feel like you need. But that's also the driving force that's going to get you to exactly what you want and even more. Prosper, right? Prosper bigger and better things. You have to take that risk and step out in the cold a little bit. So right now, your advice is to look at what makes you happy, but also look at what can also make you happy that's not here, right? It's to take a risk and go ahead and take that step in being strong, right? You are very strong, Leo, okay? You're very strong, but you have to believe that you're strong, and you believe that you have everything necessary to make something bigger and better than it ever has been before. Now, what you're doing right now, how you're feeling, is super stubborn. You're not making any moves that doesn't really comply with your plans. You don't want to do anything that puts you at risk. Honestly, you're good at doing the work, but you're not really interested in doing anything that's other than your necessary plans. That's okay to a certain extent. If you want to stay here, if you want to be at this Four of Pentacles, then you can be at the Four of Pentacles, but don't ever expect anything new to come. Don't expect anything amazing, anything that's like something that you feel like you deserve. Don't expect that to come to you if you just remain still. You can be stubborn. You can stay where you are. You can be in the past. You can stay there, relish in it, love in it, be in it. Fine. If it makes you happy, then just absolutely go for it. But if you ever want to be the Nine of Pentacles, and I know I'm moving forward here, and being more confident in yourself and finding that you are independent and you can withstand any sort of rock or lightning that strikes you, anything that happens unexpectedly. If you want to get to a place where you have more than what you have, then you have to take that risk. You have to be like, okay, you know what? this is not what I want to stay at. This is not where I always want to be. This is an exciting time. I really want something new. I want something bright, but I don't really want to stay there. How does that work? It doesn't. So right now you're feeling super stubborn, Leo. You're not really wanting to compromise. You're not really wanting to do anything that doesn't really work with you, that doesn't really work within your plans. So it has a lot to do with wanting to go ahead and do stuff, but you really feel that antsy energy. You really want to do something. You really want that. You want to go out and do something. Ace of Wands, Emperor. That's Aries energy, Mars ruled. That's serious. So, and this is another. People say this is Mars. A lot of people say this is Uranus. It could be both, honestly, sometimes. But you know what? Things are happening here that is just there's just so much energy that's wanting to be pushed outward, but there's just a lot of holding back because you don't trust yourself. If you just trust yourself, what is lacking? Why do you feel like you can't trust yourself, Leo? That's the biggest question. Why do you feel like you cannot trust yourself to get what you feel like you deserve? Why do you feel like you can't trust yourself to get more than what you have here, more than what you feel like you already accomplished, because it was going to require you to be strong and to be fearless, and it's going to require you to be prepared to handle situations in a way that you don't see coming, and you're good at that, right? You're very good at that, to wing it. A lot of other earth signs or fixed signs other than Aquarius, they're not very good at fucking taking something from a feather and just making something out of it. You know what I mean? Being creative. You have that inner creative energy. You rule the fifth house, creativity, inner love, that radiance that comes out of you. You can really work with winging something. As a fixed sign, you're really good at it, but you don't trust yourself to wing it. So why didn't you do it? So, for your hopes and fears, you guys have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is indicating to me that you guys want to break. I think honestly, if it's not wanting a break, then you don't want to take a break. You don't want to have to sit there and kind of contemplate on things and really kind of reassess it and kind of go through that whole spiral again, because you kind of feel like you've already done it. You want to be comfortable where you are, but you may want to rest, but you also don't want to stay there forever. You want this energy to be utilized, right? This go energy. You want it to be utilized, but you don't really want to stay there forever. You know what I mean? It's not something that you want to stay there forever. So I feel like with the Four of Swords, you want to heal, but you don't want to be here forever. You don't want to. You don't want to slow down. You don't want to stop. You want to keep going, but then you also don't want to stray so far away from the nest that you get lost. But you don't trust yourself to get back, so you have to really figure out what it is that you want, Leo. Whatever you want, Leo, you can get, but you have to trust yourself first. Because in your outcome, you do have the Nine of Pentacles. I think you do go ahead and take that leap of faith. You go out and you do do what you want to do. But you have to trust yourself and know that you can get whatever it is that you want. And that's going to require you to have faith in yourself. Faith in the relationship. If you guys are in relationships already. Okay? Crazy reading, Leo. Usually you guys are very confident, so this is really heartbreaking for me to see. But it's okay though. You guys will be able to, find your inner strength, find your courage, find your trust again. But you have to trust that you'll be able to find that in yourself. Wedding. Wow. That's a beautiful card. You also, underneath the deck, you also had let go of control issues, but it's very interesting in itself. But you have wedding, okay? This is talking about, this situation involves marriage. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean an actual marriage or a wedding or anything like that. This also talks about a higher sense of commitment, really committing to yourself, committing to you, committing to your situation, committing to your dream, your aspirations. This Ace of Wands, is an inspirational card. And I feel like you can truly commit to it, but you have to find those vows within yourself. You have to recite those vows within yourself to never stop yourself from growing. If you stop yourself from growing, then how will you get to where you want to be? You know what I'm saying? So this is requiring you to look at yourself, look at the marriage that you have between you and your dreams. If this is something that you can commit to and really recommit to yourself. This is a relationship. This is talking about finding a space within yourself to really recommit to you. Recommit to the relationship. Right? If you're good with where you are, if you're not making any moves forward, if you're not making any moves forward, then how are you going to expect to get anything more than where you are now? Oh man. Okay, so you guys, give me just a moment. So many cards on the floor. Jeez. Okay. Golly. Okay, and you guys have be in the present and be in the present and dream of the future. Being in the past, you see this says nothing about being in the past there. It says when we dream, everything is possible. So allow yourself to dream, okay? And know that you can make your dreams come true. But you have to be in the moment at this time. Being in the moment is not being in the past. What are you having to work with right now to get to where you want to be that confident person, to be that strong person? Where do you have to be? What can you work with right now? And dreaming of the future does not mean, okay, what is all I have to do to get there? It's all about, is it possible? Can I get there? Yes, then do it. Do it. Go for it. Go for it. Don't worry about it. There's no need to have a plan for it. Just do it. Right? Because everything that you do up from now is what's going to count to make this Nine of Pentacles in this Strength card a possibility. Finding the new confidence in yourself, the new individual, the new independence in yourself. That's the goal. There may not be a plan for it sometimes, but you can get there. But you have to trust yourself. Alright, Leo. I know I went on and on about trusting yourself and finding your inner confidence, and the way to do that is to let go of whatever's holding you back. Whatever is holding you back, the past connection, the comfort zone, of how hard you worked for it. Sometimes if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. If it's going to crumble, it's going to crumble, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay there, because you're not going to be able to expand from where you are. Don't be so stubborn. Okay, you have the capacity to be very stubborn, and that's what you're doing right now, is being very stubborn. But if you remain stubborn, you may lose out on a lot of opportunities to expand. You can expand. You can expand, but you just don't be afraid to make that step just because something happened unexpectedly.